know what I'm saying? YouTube always gonna get what YouTube needs, and what they need is reaction content, more reaction content. Yup, that's what they need. Anatoly Bruchkov.
Anatoly
Yep.
Bruchkov. Anatoly Bruchkov is a permafrost scientist at Moscow State University. He
Right,
studies frozen ground, not medicine. In
right.
2009, his team pulled a sample from deep inside a frozen mountain in Siberia's Sakha Republic, a site called Mammoth
Oh shoot, let me say the title. The most bizarre ways people try to cheat death. Part
Mountain.
what?
The
Part
sample
two.
came
Oh, we
from
watched
deeper
this.
than woolly
Part one.
mammoth remains. Inside it, they found a strain of bacteria that had been
Okay.
frozen for an estimated 3.5 million years.
Let
The
me I know
bacteria was
already where
still
this is
alive.
going.
It had survived for longer than humans have existed. Scientists named it Bacillus F and began
Whatever that
testing it on
means.
animals. Mice that were exposed to it lived longer.
I get the thing of like, oh, mice and humans have similarities. But it's like, is it that reliable that you just, oh yeah, whatever happens to them will happen to us, but better? Like, is
And
that
a Russian researcher said the
really what
elderly
we
mice
assume?
even started producing offspring again. Fruit flies lived longer too. Something in the bacteria seemed to protect cells from breaking down. Bruchkov watched the results and wanted to know what it would do to a human, but he was not a doctor nor had medical training.
Right.
So he injected the bacteria into his own body anyway
Oh
and kept it
man.
to himself. Years later, in an interview with the Siberian Times, he admitted what he had done. The effects, he said, were almost immediate: longer work hours, no flu for 2 years straight. But he
Okay.
admitted it was not a real experiment. There was no control group and no one watching over him. He just wanted to see what would happen. When asked why he took the risk, he pointed out that the permafrost in the region was already melting. The local
Hmm.
Yakut people had been drinking water with this bacteria for generations. They seemed to live longer than average. He
Right.
figured the risk was low. In one interview, he put it simply: there exist immortal bacteria, immortal beings. They cannot die. Brochkov is still alive. No long-term studies on Bacillus F in humans have ever been done. William Butler Yeats.
Oh shit. Wait. That that worked? Bro, what? I'm so surprised. I'm so like surprised. Because usually the person dies tragically. So the shit actually worked? Man, let me get a fucking cup. Let me get a cup, bro. He hogging it. He hogging it. Let me get a cup.
W.
Why do we wait? No, hold on. There has to be more to it. Like whoever made this video just didn't add every single detail. What do you mean he's still alive?
W. B. Yeats won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1923. By the early 1930s, he was in his late 60s and running out of time. He was struggling to write and told friends he felt like an old man waiting for the end. In
Hmm.
1934, at the age of 69, Yeats had a surgeon perform a one-sided vasectomy. The procedure was named after Eugen Steinach, a scientist in
What?
Vienna who believed that tying off one side of a man's reproductive tubes would force the body to turn its sexual energy inward. The idea was that this
Huh?
would flood the body with hormones and reverse aging. Steinach himself was nominated for the
Sure.
Nobel Prize multiple times for this work. Doctors took him seriously. The whole thing took less than half an hour. Thousands of men across Europe had the operation in the 1920s and 1930s. It became so common that getting Steinacked turned into a saying.
Getting
Sigmund Freud had
Steinacked.
it done hoping it would help fight his jaw cancer. It did not.
Why would
Yates said
that?
it changed him. He told friends he felt a wave of energy he had not felt in decades. He called it a second puberty.
This is the placebo, bro. This is a placebo effect. Because why would you think tying your one of your testes somehow cure your cancer? Am I
His sex
tripping?
drive came back almost overnight. He began seeing younger women,
Well, yeah. Now you don't have to worry about like getting somebody. Come on, bro.
and he started writing again. In the
Actually, it was one
5 years
side.
between the operation and his death, he produced poem after poem. Several of them ended up being some of the best things he ever wrote, but none of it was real. Modern science found no proof that a one-sided vasectomy does anything to hormone levels. The
Right.
numbers before and after were the same. Whatever Yates felt was almost certainly just the placebo
Yeah,
effect.
it's just
He
the
died in
placebo, bro.
1939 at 73. The operation is no longer performed. Elie Mechnikov. Elie Mechnikov won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1908 for discovering how white blood cells fight off infections.
Hmm.
He spent most of his career at the Pasteur Institute in Paris. At some point, he became convinced that aging was a disease and that the large intestine was to blame. Bacteria living in the gut were slowly poisoning.
This is the thing about aging, bro. No matter what you do, right? No matter how cleanly you eat, no matter how good you eat, no matter how many detoxes you do, You'll still age. That's just how the human body works, bro. Your body will still age. We're not immortal beings, bro. Where did they get this idea of like, oh nah, bro? Yeah, we're definitely gonna reverse aging. It's like, yeah, you can look young for a long time, but you're still getting old and your organs are still getting old. Like it don't matter. You feel me? Eventually your body will just fail. Like that's just how it works, bro. Eventually you'll just die. It's like, yeah, bro. You can look as young as you want, but your body's still getting old. Like your organs are still getting old, bro. Like
poisoning the body. He said the longer the intestine, the shorter the life. He called it slow self
what?
poisoning and laid it all out in a book called The Prolongation of Life. He had studied peasants in rural Bulgaria who were living far longer than average and traced it to one thing they all had in common. They drank sour milk every day. Mechnikov found a type of bacteria in the milk that seemed to fight off the harmful ones in the gut. He named it the Bulgarian bacillus. On June 8, 1904, Mechnikov gave a public lecture in Paris titled Old Age. He told the audience that aging could be slowed down or even reversed by drinking sour milk. He said humans should be able to live to 150. The lecture made
According
headlines
to
around the
who?
world. Within months, yogurt sales across Europe and the United States went through the roof. Doctors started prescribing it for everything from stomach problems to fatigue. Mechnikov drank sour milk every day himself for the rest of his life. He died of a heart attack in 1916 at 71, not even halfway to
Oh, bro.
150. The Los Angeles Times ran the headline, Mechnikov passes away, failed to achieve the allotted century and a half. The yogurt craze faded after his death. But 3
Damn.
years later, a small company called Danone started selling the same sour milk in clay pots through pharmacies. It is still in business today.
Okay, that's
Mao
fine.
Zedong. Mao
I mean, even if again, bro, there's always going to be some sort of like mishap. Like, yeah, you can again eat as clean as you want, but shit might still happen.
Zedong ruled China for 27 years with an iron fist. By the
Okay.
time he was in his 60s, his health was falling apart. He had trouble sleeping, rarely bathed, and refused to see a dentist.
See, that's the issue right there, bro. That's the issue. Your environment creates like you feel me, like who you really are, bro. You know, however your environment is how you will be. Nigga, you skipped brushing and bathing. You are a king. Like you just how do you skip that? You have what?
None of that worried him.
You
He
pretty
believed
much
he
like
had
a
found a
king,
way to
bro.
stay young. According to Dr. Li Jisui, his personal doctor for 22 years, Mao became a follower of an ancient Taoist sexual practice. The idea was that a man could absorb vital energy from women through sex. The
Oh,
younger the
bro.
woman, the more energy she carried. Mao called it the waters of
Oh
yin.
yeah, bro. The younger the woman, the more energy she carries. It sounds like an excuse to just be a PDF
He
file,
believed
bro.
it could
What the
bring back
fuck
his
is
fading
this?
male energy and help him live longer. He kept
You
rotating
niggas be
groups of young
killing
women
me with
around
this
him at all
shit.
times. They came from dance groups, nurses, and Communist Party offices. Li wrote that they were chosen for their looks and their loyalty to the party. Many of them were daughters of poor peasants. Mao
Of
told them to read a
course.
Taoist sex manual called The Plain Girl's Secret Way. He said it would prepare them. He also took regular Novocaine injections, believing they would boost his
What?
strength and add years to his life. None of it was private. In 1953 and again in 1957, officials inside the party accused him of acting like an emperor with 3,000 concubines. He
All
ignored
right.
them. Mao died on September 9, 1976. He was 82. Li left China and moved to the United States. In 1994, he published a book called The Private Life of Chairman Mao. It was banned in China almost immediately.
Damn.
Li died the following year. The book is still
Damn.
banned. It is the only first-hand account of what went on behind closed doors. No one from the Chinese government has ever confirmed or denied what is in it. Jasmuheen. Jasmuheen is an Australian woman whose real name is Ellen Grev. She claims she has not eaten food since 1993
Oh,
and
bro,
that
here
her
we
last
go.
meal was a falafel ball. Since then,
What?
she says she has lived on nothing but energy.
Let me stop reacting like those niggas that be on like the short like shorts and like let me chill, bro. How do you have no food since 1993? You know you have yourself a falafel bowl? That should look like I don't know, rolled up fucking pig dung or some shit. What was that, bro? What are we
From
talking
light and
about?
air. She wrote a book about it called Living on Light. In it, she says beings called ascended masters speak
Oh,
to her
brother,
through
here we
cosmic
go.
telepathy. Over 6,000 people, she
Let me guess. Let me guess. She got caught eating like a whole batch of cake or some shit. Watch this
claims
shit.
have followed her program. Reporters who visited her home found it stocked with food. She said it
Exactly,
belonged
bro.
to her husband and daughter. In 1999,
Cut this
Australia's
bullshit
60
out, bro.
Minutes challenged her to prove it. She agreed. The show put her in a hotel room in Brisbane with security guards watching around the clock and a doctor from the Australian Medical Association checking her the entire time. After 48 hours, her blood pressure was up and she was already dehydrated.
Right.
She blamed the polluted air from a busy road near the
Oh,
hotel,
brother.
so the show moved her to a mountain retreat 15 miles outside the city. It did not help. After 2 more
Well, no
days, her
shit.
speech had slowed and her pupils were wide open. Her pulse had nearly doubled. The doctor said she was over 5% dehydrated and that her kidneys were in danger.
Like, what do y'all gain from like lying and shit? Oh, right, money, because it's that easy for people to believe your fucking lies, and then you make a course about this bullshit, you give it to them, and now, oh yeah, now I'm richer, bro. Now I'm richer, bro. Yeah, bro. You believe that I really didn't eat since 1993, bro? Yeah, you're stupid, but I got your money though. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, we can't be believing this shit, bro. We can't be believing this shit. We need to stop letting niggas slide with this shit. Let me change my category to just chatting, because I know this shit is not in just chatting, bro. My mods are not here.
The show stopped the test on day
Where
4
am
of
I?
its planned 7. Jazz Muheen said it
Where
was
are
the
they?
show's fault and that 6,000 people had done the program without a problem. 5 people have died trying to follow her teachings. One of them, a 53-year-old woman in Melbourne, was 7 days in when she lost the ability to speak. 2 people went to jail for manslaughter over her death. Jazz Muheen said she had nothing to do with it. She is still alive. She still teaches. Dave Asprey. Dave Asprey is a Silicon Valley multimillionaire who made his money in tech and later founded the Bulletproof coffee brand. He calls himself the father of biohacking. His goal is to live to at least 180, which would put him alive in the year 2153. In his 20s, Asprey was overweight and dealing with brain fog and constant exhaustion. Doctors could not figure out what was wrong, so he started experimenting on himself. Over the last 20 years, he has spent well over $1 million trying to
This is
reverse his
recent.
aging.
Yep, yep.
He has written 6 books about it so far. Every day he takes over 100
Oh boy.
supplements, sits in a high-pressure oxygen chamber, stands in a freezing chamber, and does red light therapy and ice baths. He has
Okay.
had his own bone marrow pulled out to get the stem cells and inject them into his joints, spine, neck, and penis.
Wait, is this
Stem
what the
cell treatments
fuck?
alone cost about $25,000.
Is this the vampire dude? I didn't see the picture. My bad. It is. I. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not.
Light therapy, and ice baths. He has had his own bone marrow pulled out to get the stem cells and inject them into his joints, spine, neck, and penis.
Yo,
Stem
bro,
cell treatments
what the
alone
hell?
cost about $25,000 a round. Gene therapy runs him another $30,000 per shot. He injects his own filtered urine. The idea comes from
WW
a doctor
food.
named Rashid Butter, who believes urine holds
Rashid Butter.
traces of whatever is making the
Rashid
body
Thurman.
react. Injecting it back in, the theory goes, can train the immune system to calm down. In 2025,
Huh?
Asprey flew to Costa Rica and had 28 square inches of skin cut from his face.
What
He
the
called it a facial circumcision.
Why?
Afterward, he had fat and stem cells taken from his backside and injected into his face to speed up healing. He posted the results online and said he was happy with how it turned out. No one in medicine
Can
has
we
said
see it?
any of this will help him reach 180. Asprey says he is not waiting for permission. He is only 52. The Tang Dynasty Emperors. In the
But what does he look like after he did that though? Is that what he looks like after he did the whole face peeling thing? If that's what he looks like, then yeah, bro. You might, yo, stem cells really are it. Stem cells really are it. Cause what the fuck? If he just looks like that after he did that, that sounds crazy. Did he actually do it? And then he just looks like this again? The fuck?
The Tang
I have
Dynasty
to search that
Emperors.
shit up. There's
In the
no way.
ninth century, the Tang Dynasty ruled China. Its emperors
That
had
looks way too
everything:
crazy.
power, land,
It has to be
armies,
before.
wealth. The one thing they could not buy was time. So they turned to alchemists, who
Oh,
promised them a
brother,
way to
here we
live
go.
forever. The alchemists made potions from mercury, arsenic, and
Yep.
gold. They
Poison.
told the emperors that these metals could clean the body from the inside and stop it from aging.
I understand gold. I know in some medical fields gold is used, but mercury, bro, come on, what the fuck?
The emperors drank them. Emperor Xianzong started drinking them around 818. He hired a court alchemist named Liu Mi to brew the potions. Advisors told him to make Liu Mi eat his own mixture for a year first. The emperor
Damn.
refused. Within 2 years, court records say his behavior turned paranoid and violent. The people around him lived in fear. He died in 820 at 41. His son
Damn.
Muzong took the throne. One of his first orders was to kill the alchemist who had poisoned his father. Then he hired new ones, and he started taking the same potions himself.
Are
In
you what?
823, one of his own court officials sent him a written warning. Your father believed the alchemists, and it killed him. You know this better than anyone. Why would you make the same mistake? Muzong read it, agreed it made sense, and kept drinking them anyway. He
Fucking
died the next
idiot.
year at 28. His son Wuzong
Oh
later came to the
man.
throne. He did the same thing. He died in
Yo,
846 at 32. Three generations of the same family, same potions, same result. In
there's no way. Nah, that generation was missing a fucking brain, bro. What the fuck is happening, bro? That generation, that whole fucking event, nigga, your whole that was brainless situations, like brainless like actions. Like you see firsthand your dad, your father croaks because he was drinking the mixture, and then you're like, nah, he just wasn't like me. He just wasn't me. See me, I'm divine. I'm divine. I came from his balls, but I was blessed with divine energy. I can tank this shit. Boom, you die even younger than your father. You die at 28. Your son turns 32. He gonna take the same shit. Yo, and he even got warned and said, oh, nah, that shit definitely makes sense, bro. But I'm gonna keep chugging this shit. Like, are we serious?
all, at least 5 Tang Dynasty emperors died
Right,
from
like,
drinking
you
the
not built
potions that
different,
were
bro. Get
supposed
the
to make them live forever. The alchemists always had the same excuse. The recipe was wrong, or the ingredients were not pure enough. It was never the mercury. Luigi
right, bro.
Cornaro. Luigi Cornaro was a Venetian nobleman born in the late 1400s. By the time he was 40, decades of heavy eating and drinking had wrecked his body. He had stomach problems,
Mhm.
constant fevers, and pain in his joints. His doctors told him he would be dead within a year or two.
God
Cornaro
damn.
decided to do the opposite of everything he had been doing. He cut
Fasting?
his food down to just 12 ounces a day,
Oh shit,
about the
man.
weight of a can of soda. His meals were bread, egg yolks, thin soup, and small pieces of meat. He also allowed himself 14
See, this would be way healthier if we didn't do like fast. Why you question mark? What happened? You know what fasting is? Now you definitely know what fasting is. You watch BG. So my thing is like he could add more protein, you know, he got some egg yolks, he got some bits of steak. Motherfucker, if you knew you could have eaten just like this, perfectly clean, why would you eat like come on, bro.
ounces of wine, split across 4 meals.
Man, come on, man.
Nothing else. Within weeks, his symptoms went away. By 42, he said he felt better than he had at 30. He kept the diet going for nearly 60 years. He claimed his
Damn.
mind and eyesight stayed sharp the whole time. Around the age of 70, his family and friends pressured him to eat more. They told him he was too old to survive on so little. He gave in and added just 2 more ounces of food per day. Within 8 days, he became irritable and sick. He nearly died. He went back to 12 ounces.
See, this is the thing, bro. Once your body gets used to a small amount of food, you need to train it to get back up to, you know, a higher amount of food. You can't just immediately jump. You can't do that because it causes problems. You feel me? Like he consuming 12 ounces. If you want to get to like 14, get to 13. Relax. Slow down, bro. Just be as safe as you can be. Don't try and like add too much or do too much. You feel me? Take it slow. Because your body is in the process of learning to get there again. Like once you're eating slow, you're eating small meals. I'm telling you, people be like, "Oh man, I'm already full." Yeah, bro, because you keep eating the same amount. You feel me? If you don't train your body to be like, okay, this amount is now the norm, then yeah, bro, you're gonna get full on a small ass piece of food, bro, because that's what your body's used to consuming. So it has to like, you know, has to compensate. So if you're trying to eat more, bro, take it one step at a time. Take it one step at a time. Don't jump. Don't jump, bro. Don't jump. Just walk. Don't even skip. Don't run. Don't jump. No, just walk. Just walk. You know? Just walk.
And recovered. At 83, he sat
Come
down and
on,
started
bro.
writing. The result was a book called Discourses on the Sober Life. In it, he laid out his system and told readers that anyone
See,
could
my
live
thing
past
is
100 by simply eating less. Three
right,
more followed over the next 12 years. In one, he wrote that the thought of death could not even find room in his mind. He
right.
died around 1566. Depending on who you ask, he was either 98 or 102.
See, this is my thing. Why would you want to live until the age of 102, bro? Because You feel me? Like I get it. It's cool. Like whenever your time comes, it comes. But every time I see these 100-year-old peoples, bro, they no disrespect to y'all. I love old people. Y'all are cool as shit. But y'all niggas look like mummies who got resurrected, but your cells just didn't like circulate properly. So you just look like a dehydrated skeleton. How does that make sense? I don't know. But listen, it just looks crazy. You know, it just looks crazy. What is the obsession with wanting to live that long if you're just gonna look like that?
The average lifespan back then was under
Come
50.
on.
His book is still in print. James Bedford. James Bedford was a psychology professor
Like
at the
imagine
University
you living that long. Right. SpongeBob without water. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. Not what like yo, stop. Relax. You do need it. Rehydrate. What the
of
fuck?
California. He had been on safari in Africa and explored rainforests in South America. By the time he was in his
I
70s, kidney
need
cancer
it.
had
Like, bro,
spread to his
come on,
lungs.
bro.
He was
I'm gonna stop.
dying,
My bad.
and he knew it, but he
I'm
was
cracking too
not
many
ready
jokes.
for it to end. In June 1965, a group called the Life Extension Society put out an offer. They would freeze one person for free after death, hoping that future medicine might one day bring them back. Bedford volunteered. On
That defrosting thing, cryostasis is it called? I think it's cryostasis or some shit. That's still going on right now. Some people get their heads cut off and they freeze it because you know when apparently when your head gets cut off, there's like 5 seconds or 30 seconds where you can still like move your eyes or whatever the fuck. I don't know, right? It's some bullshit. But some people have their heads cut off or their whole body's just like put into cryostasis. Hopefully, somebody in the future will unfreeze those body or take them out of cryostasis and then you know what I'm saying? In like 50 years, 100 years, I don't know, like it's a pretty penny that you have to pay, but you also have to trust the person. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, thinking about that, right? Let's say it's possible to bring somebody back from cryostasis, right? How would it feel? Would it feel like, because right now, we are all, you and I, we're living this moment. Would it feel like the blink of an eye for them or a long dream? Think about it, bro. Really think about it. Would it feel a like it just happened instantly? But for us, it's like, damn, bro, I'm fucking 60 now. Imagine one comes out of cryostasis. Damn, bro, I felt like I just slept for like 5 minutes. Fuck you mean, nigga? 5 minutes has been 30 years, bro. What are you talking about? You feel me? Like, really think about it. Like, would it be the blink of an eye or a long dream?
January 12th, 1967, he died in a nursing home in Glendale, California. He was 73. His
Okay.
last words were, "I'm feeling better." The team had about 7 minutes
Bro.
to start the process. The procedure was rough. His nurse ran up and down the block, collecting bags of ice from the neighbors, while a doctor pumped chemicals into his arteries to try to
Hello?
keep the cells alive. They never properly drained his blood first. His body was placed in a metal container filled with liquid nitrogen at minus 321
Oh,
degrees
no, bro.
Fahrenheit.
Jeez.
The original container leaked within a few years. He was moved to a new facility, but that one closed down too. Between 1977 and 1982, his family kept his body in a self-storage unit, refilling the liquid nitrogen by hand. The man who led the original freezing, Robert Nelson, later turned out to be a fraud. He had
Right.
been running a cryonics facility in Chatsworth, where 9 other frozen patients were quietly allowed to thaw and decompose.
Could you imagine that though? Oh, hell yeah, bro. I'm going to come back in 100 years. All of a sudden, you're in front of the gates of heaven, bro. It's like, yo, what the fuck happened? Hold on, cuz. How I get here? I wasn't ready. I was supposed to wake up. What the fuck? Damn, this is the future? Hold on. This might be. No, bro. You're done. You're done. This sick ass hoe was just taking your money. He was just taking your money and just left you to decompose, bro. That's it, bro. Could you imagine that, bro? You pay like 50K. Oh man, I can't wait for the future, man. Because right now, life just isn't working for me. Boom, you get put into cryostasis. Like, oh, I'm feeling sleepy. Oh man, this really gonna work. You blink and you blink. What? You open your eyes. Boom. You just see somebody waiting for you. What your dumb ass was thinking? Really? You thought he was trustworthy. Did you see the hat he was wearing? You saw his hair? Did you see his body build? Did you see his body build? He's like that villain from from Kingdom Hearts. That villain. That what's his name? The fat Goofy, bro. Whatever his name is. Did you see his body build? Really, bro? You really thought he was gonna save you? He couldn't even save himself. He just wanted the money.
Bedford survived all of it. His son
What is his name? What is his name? He's like a wizard or some shit. He's like, I gotta search him. Let me see, bro. Look at him. You trust his face? Do you trust his face? Look at his ear, bro. His ear looks like, I don't know, a fucking walnut. A melted down raisin. Why does his ear look so weird, bro?
original freezing,
Why is his ear so big? Why does his shit look like it got bumps and shit?
Robert Nelson, later turned out
What
to
is
be a
his name?
fraud.
Hold on,
He had
bro.
been running a cryonics facility in Chatsworth, where 9 other
I
frozen
gotta find
patients
his
were
name now.
quietly allowed to thaw and decompose. Bedford survived all of it. His son eventually handed him over to a company called Alcor, where he was transferred into a modern container in 1991. He is still there. It has been 59 years. Liz Parrish. Liz Parrish is the CEO of a biotech company called
What is his name?
BioViva. In September 2015, at the age of
Pete.
44, she flew to
Motherfucker got the Pete build, bro. You trust the Pete? You trust the real life Pete? Really, bro?
Bogota, Colombia, and had dozens of injections put into her body.
Come on,
The
bro.
injections contained 2 experimental gene therapies her own company had been developing. One was
Okay.
designed to stop muscles from breaking down with age. The other was designed to lengthen telomeres, the protective caps on the ends of human DNA that get shorter as people get older.
Okay.
Neither therapy had ever been tested on a human. The only trials had been done on mice. Parrish could not have done this in the United States. The FDA had not approved the therapies, and no official study had been set up. Colombia
Hmm.
had looser rules. She did not tell anyone what she had done. When BioViva put out a press release about the experiment 2 weeks later, it did not say who the patient was. She later came forward and called herself Patient Zero. One of her own scientific advisors,
Okay.
a professor at the University of Washington, quit when he found out what she had done. Critics said she had no one to compare herself to and no way to prove any of it. On top of that, the tests can be off by 10%.
Hmm.
Parrish said the results spoke for themselves. After 6 months, her telomeres had grown longer by what she described as 20 years worth. She went back to Colombia
Damn.
and got a second round in 2020. By 2022, she claimed her biological age had dropped below 25. She was 50. No one has repeated the results. BioViva later
Okay.
stopped doing clinical work and became a data company.
Oh,
Parrish is still
bro.
alive. She still calls herself Patient Zero. FM 2030. FM 2030 was born in
Turn into a
1930.
data center.
His
Are we
father
serious,
was an
bro?
Iranian diplomat. By the age of 11, he had already lived in 17 countries. At
Damn.
18, he represented Iran as a basketball player at the 1948 Olympic Games in London. He later served on a United Nations commission and graduated.
Now this really is Mr. Worldwide 305 dialing. Like what are we talking about? And he went everywhere, bro.
Was born in 1930. His father was an Iranian
Mr.
diplomat. By
Worldwide
the
3,
age of
like, bro,
11, he
chill,
had
bro.
already
Slow
lived in
down.
17 countries. At 18, he represented Iran as a basketball player at the 1948 Olympic Games in London. He later served
Nah,
on a
he did
United Nations
everything, bro.
commission and graduated from UCLA. In the mid-1970s, he changed his name. He dropped Faridun Esfandiri and replaced it with FM 2030.
What?
2030 was the year he would turn 100. He chose it because he believed he would still be alive by then. Family names and national names meant nothing to him. They were
Okay.
leftovers from a world that was about to disappear. Humans would soon move past biology, he believed, and become something that did not age or
I'm not placing no metal parts in my body, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say 100%, bro. Like, could you imagine, bro? Hell no, bro. What makes you think I want to be here any longer? That's where you get it fucked up. Like, hello?
die. He spent the next few decades
You can't finish the last chicken nugget? You fool?
writing about this future. In 1989, he published a
Save it for later. Save it for later. Fuck it, bro.
book called Are You a Transhuman? He
Save
taught
it
at
for
several
later.
universities and gave talks around the world. On July 8, 2000, FM 2030 died of pancreatic cancer in New York City. He was 69, 30
Damn.
years short of his name. He had been working on a book called Countdown
Okay,
to
why is this narrator like low-key throwing shots? 30 years short of his name. Like, bro, we did not need that. We didn't need that. You did not need to include that. Why are you throwing shots, low-key, bro?
30 years short of his name. He had
Like,
been
hello? He did the same shit with the dude who died at 89 and not 100. Like, bro, why are you being so disrespectful?
working on a book called Countdown to Immortality. His body was sent to Alcor in Scottsdale, Arizona. Unlike James Bedford, who had simply been frozen, FM 2030.
Why did he just throw shots at James Bedford? We already talked about him. You see what I mean? Why is he being so disrespectful, bro? This feels like when I die in Lethal Company and niggas talk about my body like his like I don't know, bro. A non-existent molecule. Like, bro, why more in my body, more into death, bro? I died trying to get money for the company.
He had been working on a book called Countdown
Why
to
is this dude throwing
Immortality.
shots like
His
that?
body was sent to Alcor in Scottsdale, Arizona. Unlike James
Unlike this dumbass who just got frozen.
Bedford, who had simply been frozen, FM 2030 became the first person in history to be vitrified. Instead of letting ice crystals form inside the body, the process turns it into a glass-like state.
Like, he's still throwing shots. Like, these dumbasses really try to like crystallize the inner parts of his body. Like, this was way cleaner. Like, bro, why are you doing
Which
that?
is supposed to cause less damage to the cells.
Is FM 2030's team sponsoring you?
No one from Alcor was there when he died. Everything else was handled afterward. He is still at Alcor. He once told a reporter, "I'll be so glad that I'm back." The year 2030 is now 4 years away. He will not be awake for it.
What the yo? Why is he doing that? Nah, this nigga is low-key disrespectful, bro. It's only 4 years away from here. But this nigga, this dumbass is not even gonna be here for it. So it's like he just missed out. He's stupid as shit.
2030 is now 4 years away. He will not be awake for it.
Like, it will not happen. Like, yo, yes, we know. We found out he's already dead. Why are you adding that detail? What is going on with these sly ass comments? Like,
Robert Ettinger.
he got
Robert
it,
Ettinger
bro.
was a physics teacher in Michigan. During World War II, he was badly wounded at the Battle of the Bulge and spent
Okay.
years in military
Battle of
hospitals.
the
The
Bulge.
bone
That's
graft
crazy.
surgery that saved his legs made him think. If doctors could
Get
do
some
that
stem
much in the
cells. Get some stem
1940s, he
cells,
thought,
bro.
imagine what they could do in the future. As
Oh,
a young man,
brother.
he had read a science fiction story about a body sent into orbit and preserved by the cold of space. The idea stayed with him. He waited for someone in the scientific world to take it
This
seriously
nigga can't be
and develop
serious.
it. Nobody did. So he wrote the book himself. In 1962, Ettinger published The Prospect of Immortality. If you freeze a person right after death, he argued, future medicine might one day be able to fix whatever killed them and bring them back. The book launched the cryonics movement. In 1976, he founded the Cryonics Institute in Clinton Township, Michigan.
This is my thing, right? You'll never be able to be brought back to life. Ever. Because once you die, right, whatever it is that we use to think, like people might say, oh, the brain, of course. But it's like, I'm talking about the mind, bro, the way you form thoughts and shit. Because the brain just connects everything, you feel me? The brain just connects everything. It makes everything move. It makes everything feel, you feel me? But what you use to talk to yourself and shit, I feel like that can't be the brain, bro. Because the brain just helps with like, that brain just feels like it helps with like adapting your body, you know, the neurons. So it's like, you feel me? Like it does its thing. It's like an organ, but a more important organ. Where's the mind located? I have no clue, bro. Don't ask me. I'm just trying to like say like bullshit. I'm trying to talk, bro. I'm not trying to be like, yo, what? Yo, that's crazy. I'm trying to talk. Hold on, bro. Hear me out. Like, if you die, you can be brought back to life. You feel me? Cause I feel like at the end of the day, the body still has a soul. You feel me? Like your soul can just be pulled down and shit. Like that wouldn't make sense, bro. It's like, oh shit, now I'm alive. Like, nah, bro. There
It
ain't no
stored the
way.
dead in tanks of liquid.
Again, why is he throwing shots at the nigga that got frozen and not glassified or whatever?
He founded the Cryonics Institute in Clinton Township, Michigan. It stored the dead in tanks of liquid nitrogen until the future caught up. The first patient was
Why
his
you
mother,
watching?
Rhea.
People cheating
When his
death.
first wife, Elaine, died, she was frozen and placed in the same facility. When
Oh,
his second
man.
wife, May, died, the same thing happened. 3 members of
Damn.
his family were now stored in tanks he had built. On July 23, 2011, Ettinger died at his home. He was 92. His body was
Ooh.
stored alongside his mother and both wives at the Cryonics Institute. He became patient number 106. 4 members of one family, side by side, all waiting for the same future. His son
Dang.
David called him a reluctant prophet who was never bothered when people made fun of his ideas.
Okay.
His daughter Shelley wants nothing to do with it. If you'd like to see more videos like this,
That's crazy.
make sure to
Shelly
subscribe.
said, man, fuck all that, bro. This is the most disrespectful fucking thumbnail I've ever seen. The worst helicopter crashes ever. And they got Oliver Tree on it. Nah, bro, this is disrespectful, bro. That's not. That's no. This is not a real channel. That shit's just disrespectful, bro. Like this nigga made that video just to get views out of this
Oliver
shit. Like he immediately started with Oliver Tree, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And then he got Kobe next. Like, bro, nah, bro. See
A
what I'm
publicity
saying?
stunt is defined
Niggas really like, bro. Let's watch this next one, bro. Let's watch this next one real quick.
as something done just to get the
Oh shit, I wasn't I was recording.